Today we're going to talk about how to have a successful interview. So there will be a presentation side on Edpuzzle, and then there will be an activity side with the partner. So let's get started. Before you arrive, you want to research the company, go online, even talk to someone who has worked or is currently working at the company about your specific position, and you need to know your resume. So know your experience, know your qualifications, because you won't necessarily get to look at your resume as you're talking with your interviewer, because you're going to hand that off to them. Dress appropriately. That means dress like you would for your job. So dress business casually usually is the accepted minimum. Moving on. Arrive 10 minutes early. The likelihood of you getting the job if you arrive late to the interview goes down substantially before the interview even begins. No matter how good your interview is, your chances go way down if you're late. So during your interview, offer a firm handshake, make eye contact, and have a friendly expression when you're greeted by your interviewer. You want to make the first impression something positive. You can't get that first impression back. Number 2, you need to listen to be sure you understand your interviewer's name and the correct pronunciation of their name. So if you have to repeat it back to yourself so that you can get it right when you're talking to them, that's okay. Maintain good eye contact throughout the interview because, again, that puts out that positive first impression that you're an active listener. Number 4, sit still in your seat. Try to avoid fidgeting and slouching. Try to avoid indications that you're nervous. Your interviewer wants a confident interviewee. Continuing on, try to respond to questions with specific examples. Use specific instances from other work experience to answer the questions that they have. If you don't understand a question, ask them to clarify. Ask a clarifying question so you fully understand what they're asking you. Use proper grammar and diction. Say yes, not yeah. Don't fill space with or ah. Don't punctuate sentences with or like, see, or okay. Treat the interview seriously and respond to questions in a positive way and respond clearly. If you have a chance to mention something negative, try to spin it in a way where the end result at least was positive. Along with that, try to quietly toot your own horn. Every question is your chance to show quiet confidence and boost your work experience, your accomplishments in the eyes of the interviewer. So in an interview, you'll be asked what are called behavioral questions. So I'm going to give you 5 different behavioral questions, and you're going to choose to answer one. So the first one, describe a time when you were faced with problems or stresses at work that tested your coping skills. What did you do? So you want to come up with a specific work-related example. Give an example of a time when you had to be relatively quick in coming to a decision. Give me an example of an important goal you had to set and tell me about your progress in reaching that goal. Give me an example of a problem you faced on the job or volunteering or in a team-related setting and tell me how you solved it. How would you deal with a very upset customer? After it's over. After the interview's over, shake their hand and thank them for the interview. Make sure you understand the employer's next step in the hiring process. Know when, how, and from whom you should expect to hear next. In some interviews, if you are not chosen for the position, there might not be any contact, or there might be extra steps if you're chosen to go on to the next round of interviews. Definite don'ts. Don't make excuses. Try to be as upfront as you can. Don't make negative comments. Always try to make a positive comment instead. Don't be too casual. So dress for the occasion. Dress in a business-like way. Don't be too money-focused. If they think you're too money-focused, then you're not going to get what you want. Don't seem desperate. Don't chew gum, smell like smoke, or take phone calls while you're in the interview. You want to give the interviewer your full attention. Now for the activity portion of the presentation. You'll be interviewed by a partner. Remain in character the whole time if you're the interviewer. Use the questions on the sheet I am passing out or that I already passed out to interview them for the following position: a part-time waitress or waiter job available at a local restaurant. Experience not necessary, but considered an asset or an advantage. Now that you've been interviewed by a partner, it's time to switch. So you will do the interviewing and you will interview a partner. Remain in character the whole time if you are the interviewer and you're using the same questions on the sheet. The position has changed. Now you're a part-time barista, a position available at a local coffee shop, experience not necessary but considered an advantage or asset.